I guess I just received a download, but I don't call them downloads. I feel like it's just a thought that popped into my head that I really wanted to share. Because you can explain this in 100 different ways and not get it, and you can explain it in one way and get it. And I've had to have it explained to me over and over and over again in 100 different ways to really get it and understand it. If you're chasing happiness, all you're really chasing is a feeling. If you're chasing wealth, if you're chasing love, if you're trying to get into a relationship, you're trying to get to freedom, you're trying to get to love, you're trying to be loved, but you're really just chasing a feeling of aliveness, a feeling of being alive, to feel like you're alive, because that's why we're here. That's why what makes life, is being alive, feeling that aliveness. That's what consciousness wants to experience. So, what is aliveness? What is being alive? What does it mean to be alive? Well, what does it mean to be dead? To be dead, you stop growing. So the opposite of that must mean to be alive is to grow. And that's why stepping up into challenges and growing into those challenges and constantly stepping up to become a better version of myself in that growth, that self-improvement, changed my life for the better. Because I'm growing. And in that growth, I'm feeling aliveness. Because you don't know if you're going to make it. You don't know if it's going to happen. You might fail, you might not. But you get to the other side of it and you're like, whew, what a ride. So how do you do that? How do you chase that feeling of aliveness? How do you get out of where you are and test yourself and challenge yourself? It's belief. And this is all manifestation is just belief. Belief in yourself that you can do it, that it's already done, and that all you have to do is walk through it. Because once you start believing, once you believe that you've got it, that you've already done it, your brain, it's called your RAS, your reticular activating system. It's constantly seeking out where you're at. So if your priority is to find a partner, your subconscious brain, your RAS, is seeking out that in your environment because that's where your brain's at. So if you're constantly thinking in the past, and this person did that, and this person hurt me, and why did I have that boss that did that, or that ex-girlfriend who did that ex-partner who hurt me and cheated on me, or whatever. If you're thinking about that, that's where your brain is, and that's where your RAS is seeking out. If you're thinking about the future, and a good question to ask is, how might I? So you set your vision, and this is why visualization is important. And I've found out recently that I'm unable to visualize. I can conceptualize, but I can't visualize. Apparently, everyone can actually see, a lot of people can actually see the actual picture in their mind. I can't, but that's a whole nother thing. You visualize it, and you think, this is what I want for my future, and you believe you've already got it. Then your brain starts seeking out those opportunities, and it starts breaking down the tasks and going, okay, well, if I've already done it, if I've already got there, what are the steps that I took? What are the steps I need to take? What's the growth that I need to take? What skills do I need to get? And it's that gap between where you are now and where you want to be is all that's in there. All that gap is clarity and knowledge. Clarity, knowledge, and a plan. So you get all that in one. So if you get clarity, if you get really clear on what you want, you start working out how to get there because you break it down. Okay, I want this. Okay, well, how do I make that happen? Well, I break that down into steps. That's why goal setting is important. But this doesn't happen if you don't believe you can do it. Because if you don't believe you can do it, you won't even try. You won't even have the thoughts to try and figure out how to do it, to try and figure out the steps to get the clarity. There's a whole bunch of tools and a whole bunch of frameworks that you can do to shorten that gap and get from one step to the other, from where you are now to where you want to be quicker. But you can figure that out yourself along the way, because if you believe you can do it, you'll find a way. So if you're chasing aliveness and you're chasing happiness, you're really just chasing that feeling of being alive. You're really just chasing that feeling of getting out of your comfort zone and stretching yourself and seeing how far you can push yourself and really leaning into your potential. So if you're holding off on something, you'll know you're holding off on it, because your brain will tell you through anxiety and depression, it'll tell you that you're not reaching out for your potential. You know you can do better because you feel like shit. Whereas if you're striving for something and you're going, I know I can do this, I believe in myself, I know I can do it, that starts with action. You start into action because you start making it happen, or you start researching it. And that action alleviates the anxiety, because you're no longer going, I know you can do better. You're actually going, I'm doing better. I'm doing it. I'm reaching for it. So manifestation starts with belief. Happiness is chasing aliveness. And to find that aliveness, believe you can do it. Believe you can do what you're after, because you already know what you want. You already know how you're going to get there. Your subconscious has already figured it out. You're just waiting for your reality to catch up. And your reality is a representation of your old energy, your old decisions, your old habits and routines. So once you start changing those by your new belief and stepping into that person that you need to be to get through that gap, your reality starts changing. But it takes a while to catch up. But it does happen. I just had to get that out. I'm proud of you. You're doing well. I'll see you in the next one.